Definitely the story of a lot of games, lots of squirrels, and going back and forth with just the squirrel balls right now. But let's go into our second replay that we have for you guys today. It's going to be CJ Ross versus Lev, or Insanitarium as his name is in-game. Is everybody ready to start this next replay?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna
Let's go.
press that select button in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna pass the casting off to our team of Best Teammaker and LeConte. Take it away.
All right, thank you very much. And now we have a matchup here that we're all really excited about. Two newcomers to the Clash of Comrades series of events, and it's going to be CJ Ross, and Lev, two of the strongest newer players right now. And let's take a look.
Definitely. We'll have to see how this game ends up playing out. The map seems to be favoring Insanitarium, CJ Ross currently, although it's hard to say. This is a strange map because Lev's bases are all low ground, but then the distance between the bases for Insanitarium, a red player, is very far.
And taking a quick look at the draft, we do see an interesting draft coming up from Insanitarium. He's going to be taking out his now trademarked Chameleons for himself. How do you think Chameleons will work in this matchup between these two?
They are very strong, I think, in the right hands because they can deal with barbed wire, they can deal with ferrets by sneaking up on them, they can tank, they can smash a lot of squirrels and they kill them in one hit, so the pigeons don't do anything. So I think they're a nice addition to an army like this.
So what kind of advantages Lev need to take before CJ Ross gets any control of Chameleons?
I think what Lev would have to do, I think this is going to be a game about map control. There's a big hill in the middle between the two bases, and I think whoever can control that best, both players do have balloons to do so, has a good chance of winning the game because it denies your opponent's expansions while securing your own expansions more easily. Or both players could just get 25 squirrels each and go at it until they run out of food. That's also an option.
All right, well, in the meantime, it looks like Lev is going to be rushing his Squirrel Warrens right now, getting them on 7 farms instead of 8. And he's going to see what he can do with them. He's going to get the squirrels placed on this high ground right now, though anywhere close near CJ Ross's side of the map. So just to make sure he has some units up on the field right now. And, the 7 farm tactic we see from Lev has actually saved him a lot before in the past. Usually saves that last farm to avoid starvation mode. But right now, it looks like both sides are pretty neck and neck in terms of army count. Lev will be getting out some extra pigeons for himself. He's also going to be placing down some barbed wire there on the low ground. In the meantime,
both players having pigeons is a really good thing for them this match because there is very contested high ground, so they will have easy vision. What Lev is going to do is sprinkle barbed wire everywhere to deny easy high ground access to his base.
I do like he's placing barbed wire towards the high ground close to his base right there. Just gonna make sure he doesn't get hit by any sneaky ferret plays. And it looks like CJ Ross will be making the first move, sort of. He's gonna be placing a sniper balloon down there on the low ground to give him some extra vision. And he's gonna move his units cautiously upward towards his first expansion up on the high ground.
Yeah, I want to point out that CJ Ross's Warren placement is really good for this map to shorten the reinforcement time for his units, because he placed them outside of his base on the low ground. If he placed them inside of his base, his units would have to go all the way around that little ledge.
And there we go. CJ Ross going to be putting down a sniper balloon up on top, but his ferrets are going to see it and destroy it immediately before it gets himself up.
Yep, this is the value of the pigeons right here. Taking out that sniper balloon is a huge win for Lev. It denies the position from CJ Ross. So this might go and turn into a stalemate eventually.
Both sides start dancing around. The ferrets taking the first shots at each other right now. Although it looks like Lev will be getting most of those shots. He does have his sniper balloon up, giving himself some extra vision there. In the meantime, he's going to be working on his safe expansion behind his base, making sure he gets the farm he needs to stay ahead in this economy. Although in the meantime, CJ Ross also ahead in economy right now. So both sides looks like they may be preparing for the long haul.
You have to keep in mind that CJ Ross has had his 8th farm on his main base for a longer time, so he does have a slight advantage in amount of food, but then his sniper balloon got taken out for free, so I think it's more or less evened out at this point.
So it looks like we may be looking at a very long kind of game. What kind of plays are we going to expect at this point from either side?
The wolf timing is going to be important for Lev, because that can allow him to just punch through the defense before CJ Ross is ready for it. But in the meantime, CJ Ross does have a fox on the way, which, when there are sniper balloons in play, is kind of tricky, but if he can make it work, then he has a good chance.
Oh, here we go. One farm's going to be immediately taken out by Lev. His ferrets having very nice placement, pigeons providing some vision, and one farm is going to go down from the Sanitarium's expansion. CJ Ross trying to retaliate here, but he's not really making any good shots for himself right now. Lev is just dipping in and out of the high ground right now. Oh, the ferret shots just take out that one ferret very nicely.
It's a small mistake from CJ Ross. This is working out quite well for Lev.
And here we go.
He has to be careful about the balloon.
There we go. The onslaught of ferret artillery making their way through this middle ground right now.
CJ Ross losing both his ferrets, so he loses his potential to poke back.
And here we go. Lev is going to use this as an opportunity to make his way in. He's going to be pouring onto this expansion. The sniper bullet in the back is going to be laying down some shots. Here comes some ferret backup, but it's going to be too late. That expansion is gone for, and Lev is going to push his way through this time. His squirrel army is still pretty darn strong. 11 squirrels strong at this point, and still counts.
Most of them must not right here though. Most of them are still on the way, and the fox is out.
Oh no, he has to be careful. CJ Ross doesn't have his fox out, but he can't let them get hit by the ferret shots right now. He is moving them. He takes out one of Lev's ferrets, takes out a squirrel, and he does let his fox live. The fox is going to survive with only 6 HP. But CJ Ross still took a huge hit there. Huge loss in economy. He only has 2 working farms to his name right now.
Yeah, this is going to be tricky for CJ Ross to secure. He's going to try and secure the same position again. He's supposed to sell his balloon, but the fact that his fox survives does allow him some kind of leverage on this game, though it's going to take him a long time before his economy is back into a stable point.
He is going to be working towards that expansion once more. He'll salvage what he can from this expansion. Lev, in the meantime, he may be looking for either another way around or maybe for another expansion as he makes his way to the top of the map. His space
Doesn't necessarily need another mill right now. He's being very sparse with his farms currently. Finally getting the final farm on his main base. And what I don't like from CJ Ross is he starts rebuilding some of the farms that were destroyed earlier. So he's spending 60 food for a farm that isn't going to continue producing food for the full 5 minutes. So in a low economy game like this, I think it's very important to stay efficient, so it would have been better if you got a farm that hadn't been used before.
Is this the point where you probably consider taking a different expansion completely, or do you risk losing your initial base to a possible base race?
I don't think it's ever a good idea to go for a base race, because you don't know exactly what happens unless you know exactly how many bases your opponent has. I think base races are not something you really want to go for. But yeah, with this aggressive placement of barbed wire that Lev is doing, he's denying CJ Ross a lot of map control. Alright,
now CJ Ross stuck on his own side of the map. Lev comfortably working his way up. He's going to get some more farms trickling down for himself right now. The Fox trying to poke at Lev's units bit by bit. See how much major impact he can make right now. CJ Ross trying to make his way in with the Fox. Let's see how Lev is going to react to this. He's going to put his squirrels up on front to act as shields for his ferrets. He does not want to lose ferrets in this encounter.
I think Lev has kind of made a mistake this game by not going for the fight. I don't think he realizes that CJ Ross was forced to sell his sniper balloon, so he may think that there's still a balloon there, so he's scared to fight into that. But he is building up more balloons for himself now.
He hasn't decided to go for the wolf quite yet even.
His economy is in a bit of a bad spot right now. I mean, it's getting better now, but the tier 3 is expensive, so I don't think he wants to save that much food currently. Though he can.
Well, every second gained for CJ Ross is another food in his pocket there, as he's slowly trying to rebuild his economy, already back up from 1 farm to 5 farms now on the second expansion. Now he's going to be using his Fox to defend this as aggressively as he can, trying to zone out Lev's units there.
He has to be really careful about the balloons.
Ooh, he takes 1 shot at the balloon, nothing quite there yet. He's going to see if he can take out this balloon with only his Fox. He's tanking his shot with his own commander.
Really fancy play.
Right now, though, Lev is trying to make his way in. He sees his fox play. He does not want to lose that balloon to any kind of shenanigans. He's going to make his way into this expansion with the Squirrel Army, trying to aim for that fox. CJ Ross microwaving that fox back behind the expansion. It's going to push Lev back behind the barbed wire.
So while the fox doesn't die, Lev does take out a farm from CJ Ross, which is really big at this point in the game. And he keeps his own ferrets, expensive units alive.
Alright, now CJ Ross going for some more fox plays right now. Trying to see how much damage he can do. Again, taking the shots from the sniper balloon, making sure that's on cooldown whenever the fox is nearby.
He's trying to do what he can with his fox. It's nice to see that he can time his fox aggression in between the commander taking the hits. But he's going to have to do a lot of that to get back even, because Lev is currently on 12 farms, whereas CJ Ross is on 1 base and only 7.
He's going to be building in for this long game. He's built his second tier 2 warren, his second warren of ferrets for himself there, making sure that he can have some safe pressure from the back while Wall of Squirrels defends his precious ferrets.
Yeah, if Lev can get a good amount of ferrets out, he can just take out the expansion from CJ Ross, and then CJ Ross has nowhere to go and doesn't have the food to build up again, I don't think.
No, we may be seeing some plays here from Lev. He's going to be sneaking onto those farms with his ferrets on the low ground. The fox is on his way to the ledge. Takes out 1 pigeon. Takes out a ferret. And can he get anything else from this? No, Lev does back off in time. Doesn't want to lose any more units. So, a slowly building farm for a pigeon and a ferret. Probably a little bit in favor of CJ Ross there, as he's able to defend his expansion from Lev's attack.
I'd wager it's in Lev's favor, actually, because the longer he delays CJ Ross's meager economy, the better his own position becomes. And Lev can take the base all the way at the top of the map with no problem if he wanted to, so he can just play it slow.
But here come the sniper balloons from Lev on the top. He realizes this is a possibility, places down some barbed wire.
Exactly.
He is
This
leaving
shuts
no
down the
chance.
fox harass completely on that mill, so...
He is taking no chance. He does not want CJ to get any economy whatsoever, but it looks like CJ is going to go up here anyways. Is he going to get that balloon before it goes up? Yes, 1 balloon is going to be popped right now. He's going to go for the second sniper balloon, and that sniper balloon is down. Lev is going to have to place an attack here to prevent CJ from expanding up here, but right now we're going to have an all-out brawl with Squirrels standing out in front for CJ, trying to get as much damage as he can with the ferrets and the fox though, but the squirrels are all gone. Both ferrets are gone for CJ. He's going to have to retreat at this point, but right now he really only has a fox to his name. He has some squirrels, but right now he's trying to get his fox to escape, but his fox may be trapped between a rock and a hard place right now. 2 HP left on this fox and taken out by a ferret shot.
Unfortunately, CJ Ross, he gets the 2 sniper balloons, but he takes the fight, thinking that he could win that fight. But unfortunately, I think he should have backed off right after taking the balloons to take his victory and run. So let's hear it from Captain Fog and the rest of the people. What do you think of that game?
Yeah, definitely. I think my favorite part about that game was tanking the sniper balloon shot and then trying to get a shot off with the fox before the sniper balloon was back up. So looking at the micro from CJ Ross or Insanitarium was fantastic in that game. Bestie, thoughts on that game? I'm sorry, not Bestie. Shoefly Pie.
Yeah. So I think the key moment was very early in the game when CJ Ross tried to put down that sniper balloon in the forward position and it got instantly taken out by the ferrets. Either he didn't realize that Lev had ferrets already in position, or he just didn't respect it enough, and that forced him to put his sniper balloon, that cost him a lot of food, and also forced him to put his sniper balloon a lot further back because of the ferret pressure. He had to cede a whole section of that middle ground, which was, based on that map, a very key position in the map. And because Lev controlled that, he controlled what CJ Ross could do, and he was always in the superior position in the fights. But CJ Ross did exhibit some great play with holding on and drawing out that game as long as he could with the excellent mechanical skill with poking through the fox through the sniper balloons, which is a difficult matchup to play.
I will say there's something to be said about Lev never actually going for the wolf option. I felt like he always sort of had the window to do it, but he just never really felt the need to do it. He just never really felt pressure by CJ, other than possibly those fox plays, but he wasn't really taking much with those fox plays anyways.
Oh, I think Shoefly player is pretty much correct, where because of Lev's map control, the strong position that he had, it just wasn't necessary for him to go into the Wolf. He just had a better economy and better units as the game progressed, so he could just get the easier option and faster reinforcing option of ferrets and squirrels and just have more units than his opponent. And CJ Ross was not in a position where he could spare food for defenses. He had to sell his sniper balloon early to try and get his farms back up, and then, yeah, I think Lev was just always in control of that game.